videotaping myself, part 1 for the extensive part of paper 2 for English. Okay. Okay. So paper 2. First, making kind of like an agenda of each day of what I need to do each day for my paper. So okay. So I basically want to have my recordings done by this weekend. Have all my recordings done by this weekend. Start intro and methods section. Okay, so starting on the intro of my paper. Book. Okay. How is the composting edited and revised? Identifies the support response. I'm keeping in mind consciously or automatic. How do I overcome challenges? Okay. So, introduction first. Kiwi, Professor Stack, and C1101. Today's the 25th. Okay. So my intro. 248. For more than 30 years, researchers have been studying writing in order to understand how people undertake the task of writing. So, establish territory. So, I don't know how to start my first sentence. Okay. Every person's writing process is different. Each person's writing process is different. Or wait. Page writers, processes are unique. Ouch. Okay. So each writer's processes are unique. The way one goes about writing a paper or another source of academic or professional work varies from person to person. Each writer's processes are unique. The way one goes about writing a paper or another source of academic or professional work varies person to person. Let me see what the rules are. Okay, so I don't know how to start this introduction. So establish territory, so why we're writing this. Make sure to cite and have it be no more than a page. Okay. Each writer's processes are unique. The way one goes about writing a paper or another source of academic or professional work varies from person to person. Each with today they're not. Well, okay. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the example again. 278. For more than 30 years, researchers have been studying writing in order to understand how people undertake the task of writing. It all started with a pro researcher who asked the question, how do we write? Since then, the field has exploded with studies trying to explain what the mind actually does when people write. We have seen James Burton's idea that writing is a linear process to a more and more cliche, and now thanks to Nancy Summers, we know that writing is more of a winding river or complex web than it is just a single line. Sandra Pearl is not code for analyzing. We have studied the experience, the poor, the children, and what. So we're basically describing how we write and why we write like that. So, the way one goes about writing a paper, another source of academic. Okay. The way one goes about writing a paper, another source. The question soon appears of the question soon arises of I don't know how to start this. Each Each writer's processes are unique. I need to state why I'm writing this paper. The question soon arises of the question soon arises of how each step in this critical process shapes the way our shapes how we write. Each writer's processes are unique. The way one goes about writing a paper and others with academic or professional work varies from person to person. The question soon arises of how each step in this critical process shapes how we write. In order to gain insights on this in order to gain insight on this reoccurring question the question soon arises about how each step in this critical process shapes how we write. In order to gain insight, I need another word for question. In this recurring problem, I have compiled a research study of my own work. And then I need a quote. It is important that we pay close attention to the setting in which the writer composes the kind of task the writer confronts and what the writer can tell us of his own processes. And this is Birkin Carter 218. Okay, wait. Each writer's processes are unique. The way one goes about each writing's processes are unique. The way one goes about writing a paper and other sorts of academic and professional work varies from person to person. The question soon arises of how each step in this critical process shapes how we write. That doesn't make sense. The question soon arises of how each step in this critical process shapes how we write. In order to gain insight on this recurring problem, I have compiled a research study of my own writing process. Actually, wait. Just say to gain